Have you ever met someone that just lights up the room? You know, that person who has this seemingly magical energy? The kind that makes you feel like you're the only one in the room that matters. Yeah, that person. They're the type who walks in and suddenly everything feels a little brighter, a little more exciting. It's like they're radiating this magnetic energy and you can't help but be drawn to them. But here's the wild thing. Becoming that kind of person isn't as impossible as it might seem. Sure, it's not going to happen overnight, and it's not easy for everyone. But it is possible. Stick around, I'll tell you why. Alright, let's rewind for a moment because I wasn't always the person talking so confidently. Far from it. High school? Oh man, I was that guy. You know, the one nobody really noticed. I wasn't invited to parties. Not that I would have gone even if I had been. And when I did get included in something, I was usually the awkward third wheel, if you've ever been there. You know the feeling. But here's the thing about flying under the radar. You get a lot of time to think, a lot of time to reflect, analyze, and let's be real, overthink. And during all that thinking, I started asking myself a simple but frustrating question. Why is it that some people just seem to have this magnetic charm? And being the slightly obsessive overachiever that I am, I didn't stop at just asking the question. No, I dove in head first. I watched endless lectures on human behavior, charisma, and psychology. I read every book I could find on the topic. I took notes like I was studying for a final exam on how to be likable. And yes, I even started experimenting on myself. Don't judge me. What I found was mind-blowing. You see, so much of the advice out there, it's honestly kind of garbage. The generic stuff like smile more, give compliments, or make eye contact, sure, it works if, and this is a big if, you genuinely mean it. But if you're just going through the motions, people will see right through you. It's like trying to pull off a magic trick with the instructions still taped to your sleeve. So what did I do? Well, naturally, I wrote a 100-page document breaking down everything I learned. Yeah, 100 pages. No joke. And in that giant pile of notes and research, I found two simple but game-changing things that completely turned my life around. The first one, change your mindset. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, great, another cliche about positive thinking. But hear me out because this is where most people get it wrong. Ask yourself, why do you want to be more charismatic? Is it because you want people to like you? Maybe you crave validation or approval. And hey, I get it. I've been there. For years, I thought being liked was the ultimate goal. But here's the truth that most try to avoid. No matter how many people like you, it's never going to fill that emptiness inside if you're constantly chasing external validation. It's like trying to fill a cup that has a hole at the bottom. It just doesn't work. So ask yourself a different question. What if I just enjoyed the conversation for the sake of enjoying it? What if I stopped worrying about impressing people and just had fun talking? What if I focused less on being liked and more on being present? Let me tell you, that mindset shift, total game changer. Conversations started to feel natural, effortless even. I wasn't performing anymore. I was just being. The second thing I learned? Listen. Really listen. I'm not just talking about nodding and saying, "Oh, wow, that's cool," while you're secretly thinking about what to say next. No, I'm talking about active listening. Active listening means being fully present. It's about making the other person feel heard. Really heard. When you do this, something magical happens. People start to open up. They share things they wouldn't normally share. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's deep, and sometimes it's completely out of pocket. But it's always real. And you know what? When people feel understood, they start to gravitate toward you. That's the secret sauce. It's not about saying the perfect thing. It's about making the person you're talking to feel like they matter. But here's the real secret to charisma. Authenticity. I know, be yourself sounds like advice you'd find in a fortune cookie. But stick with me because there's more to it. For the longest time, I thought charisma was about acting. Smiling at the right moments, giving compliments, perfecting my body language. And sure, I got better at those things, but something always felt off. People can tell when you're faking it. There's an energy, a vibe that just doesn't sit right. So I did the hardest thing I ever did. I stopped trying to be liked. Instead, I started being real. I let people see the awkward, imperfect, sometimes goofy sides of me, and you know what? That's when everything clicked. And how do you embrace authenticity? Start by letting go of the need to impress. It's okay to feel nervous or awkward sometimes. Those moments make you human. Practice gratitude. A positive mindset shifts your energy in ways you can't imagine. And most importantly, don't hold back. Share the funny thought that pops into your head. Ask the weird question. Be curious. The more you embrace who you really are, the easier it becomes for others to connect with you. So let me wrap this up. Becoming charismatic isn't about tricks or hacks. It's about changing your mindset, actively listening, and embracing your authentic self. It's about letting go of who you think you should be and stepping into who you truly are. If you're ready to do that, then charisma isn't just possible for you, it's inevitable. It takes work, and yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable at times. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. How are you planning to work on your charisma? Let's start a conversation. And remember, be bold, be real, and most of all, be yourself.